welcome to PGurus channel. I'm your host, Sri Iyer. We are joined by Savio Rodrigues, once again, editor of Goa Chronicle, on a topic that has been burning in Chennai. Savio, welcome to PGurus channel.
Namaste, Sri. Thank you for inviting me once again. It's always been a pleasure.
Namaskar, Savio, and you've been highlighting issues that nobody else wants to even touch with a 10-foot pole. And the one that we're going to talk about today, viewers, concerns one of the premier educational institutions of Chennai, the Loyola College. In fact, my father went there. He got his bachelor's there. Loyola is located in Nungambakam, one of the most sought-after areas in Chennai. And we used to have a house there. And my dad used to bicycle to work, to college, and he used to tell me a lot of stories about Loyola. And Loyola is known for its academics. It's also known for its sport. But it's not that we are going to talk about today. We are going to talk about something else. Savio, take it away and let us know what's been happening with Mary Rajasekaran.
I'm very glad you brought this topic up, Sri, with the fact that the Loyola College Chennai is a premier institute. And in all fairness, over the years, it is a premier institute as far as education is concerned. However, the incident that I'm going to talk about was shocking for me when I started to get into it as well. And it really disappointed me because I thought that a premier educational institute would act more morally and would act with more sensitivity towards a sexual harassment case at a workplace. In this case, being the Loyola College Institute itself. Now, the case is about a lady, Mary Rajashekharan. Mary Rajasekaran was used to work as the administrator with the Loyola College team, as well as the Alumni Association. She's dedicated over a decade of her life with the Loyola College Chennai and with the Office of the Alumni Association. During her tenure of work, she came across a certain corruption-related activity happening at the Loyola College, which was embezzlement of funds to the tune of 1 crore and more. This embezzlement of funds was being done by a priest by the name of Father Xavier Alphonse, who held a very senior position at the Loyola College Chennai at that time, and was also a part of the Loyola Alumni Association. She brought the embezzlement of fund issue to the management, and the management, of course, looked at it very sternly at that point of time and decided to curb certain rights of Father Xavier Alphonse. The curbing of the rights of Father Xavier Alphonse, of course, enraged him because Xavier Alphonse, in his own right, is known to be a very powerful priest in his circle and is known to have very powerful connections across levels of society. So he was enraged by it, and that's when the series of sexual harassment and sexual abuses started with Mary Rajasekaran. Mary Rajasekaran brought the information to the notice of the Loyola College management. The Loyola College management told her and assured her that there would be certain action taken. But they also told her very categorically at numerous times not to go to the police station and file a complaint of sexual harassment. She brought this completely, regularly to the Loyola College management, but they did absolutely nothing. In fact, to a larger extent, they kept on insisting that the college reputation is more important. The college goodwill is more important. There's absolutely no need to take it to the police. We will do it within ourselves. Having been frustrated that the Loyola College Chennai did not pay attention to her sexual harassment case at workplace, which was their duty to do, Mary Rajashekharan took the issue to the Madras High Court on February 22nd, 2016, and a writ petition was filed at the Madras High Court. Duly so, the Madras High Court issued notices to the Loyola College and Father Xavier Alphonse and the other respondents in the case. But shockingly and surprisingly, for 4 years, the notices issued by the Madras High Court has not been responded to by any of the people who have been accused in Mary Rajashekaran's case. And that is the sad part, because they have not felt the need to respond to it. And because of their own circle of power, circle of influence, it didn't bother them. So that's issue number one. Issue number two, which is very important, because on issues of sexual abuse within or sexual harassment in a workplace, and as per the VISAKHA guidelines that the Supreme Court had formulated, and also the UGC, which is the body that looks at educational institutes, there's supposed to be an internals complaint committee whenever a person comes to you with a sexual harassment case or a sexual abusement complaint. Loyola College, Chennai did not even have an internal complaints committee each time Mary Rajasekaran came and put forward her case. They just very casually told her, please don't report the matter to the police station. It will cause a lot of grief to our name. But they did not set up an internals committee body. And it's strange, because I'm wondering, why would they not do that? I mean, that's the stipulation and the guideline by UGC. They can stand to lose their license based on not doing something like this. And interestingly, Father Xavier Alphonse was a member of the UGC. Not many people are aware of this fact, but he was a member of the UGC. So you have a member of the UGC who's accused of sexual harassment, and the college in which he's accused of sexual harassment does not follow the guidelines stipulated by UGC for sexual harassment in the workplace. That, in effect, is the entirety of this case, where an employee is sexually abused by a man in power. That man in power happens to be a priest, a man of clergy, which is secondary really to the case, but is still an important factor to the case. And it has happened at Loyola College, Chennai, which is one of the most premier institutes in Tamil Nadu. So I am wondering, why is the Alumni Association quiet? The Alumni Association, where this lady was a mentor to those young students who passed out. And we are talking about very, very popular, very respected individuals who have passed out from Loyola College Chennai and are part of the Alumni Association. In fact, they have this program next week where they have the alumni coming together. You have guys like Vijay Joseph as part of it, your Arvind Swamy, A.K. Vishwanath, the former police commissioner. These are all alumni of Loyola College Chennai. Are you telling me, and that is what I wanted to ask the Loyola College Chennai and the Loyola Alumni Association. I was asking them the questions on social media. Loyola Alumni Association blocks me on Twitter. I asked them a very simple question. This lady happens to be a part of your team. She was employed by you. She worked with you for 15 years. She has a sexual harassment case and everybody keeps silent about it. Everybody. That is the sad part about this case. And the most saddest part is that nobody in Tamil Nadu media wants to cover up this case because it's the Loyola College in Chennai.
Well, Tamil Nadu's media, the less said, the better. I have one observation here, Savio. So she has filed a case in the court. Has it not come up in front of a judge in the court? 4 years?
It has not come up.
Wow.
Yes, 4 years.
Wow.
It cannot come up until they respond.
So what is her recourse? Can she say that, it's taking too long, that I need to, kind of escalate it to the next level? What can she do?
I think what we've been advising her, along with the legal team, is to now find a legal solution to move this forward. If the Madras High Court can be convinced or impleaded to try and urgency look into the matter, whether it is a favorable decision or not, that's fine. Or we'll have to move Supreme Court to try and see whether they can get Madras High Court to expedite the hearing of the case. The point is the audacity of the institution and the audacity of the accused that they don't even bother to reply to the notices. And the Madras High Court, giving its own ways of functioning, I suppose in the numerous cases that they have, this would be just another case. So I'm not going to hold the judiciary or the court responsible for it. But I do think that if you do not reply to a notice, it's definitely contempt of court in 4 years.
Yes, it is. And you see, here lots of things come up. One is that being a member of UGC, they should have implemented the VISAKHA guidelines at Loyola. So it looks like the problem starts right there. I mean, you are preaching this morals to the rest of the country, and you yourself don't want to follow it. To me, that's a glaring omission on part of Loyola's management. And I mean, Loyola is well endowed. It's one of those institutions that has a lot of money, and it's not for economic reasons that they didn't do it. So somehow I'm getting the feeling here that Loyola thinks that normal rules don't apply to them. How do you see it?
Well, that's the sad part, because Loyola College as an institution, you're creating pillars of society of the future.
Yes.
Pillars of society of the future cannot be told or cannot be educated in the form that if there is a sexual harassment or a sexual abuse case with regards to somebody that in this case an employee, you have to remain quiet. You have to protect the goodwill of the institute. You have to protect the name of the institute. Is that what you're going to teach your students? Is that what you're going to train? So basically, you are creating a set of students that are passing out with no spine. Loyola College, Chennai is churning out spineless students who do not know to stand up for the rights of a woman at a workplace. And the Loyola Association, when we are asking them a question to answer, why have you remained quiet on this case? They only choose to block. Are you so shameless? Are you so spineless that you cannot even take a question from a journalist?
Yes,
think about the students. Think about the students that they're churning out. They are basically churning out rats.
Yes.
So what does that mean? It means that, hey, listen, when there's a woman on the road who's sexually abused, sexually harassed, you be like a rat. Instead of going there to help her out, you look the other way and you run and you jump off the ship. So basically, you're creating students with no spines, no vertebrae, shameless students. And that's what Loyola College is. Unfortunate, very unfortunate.
One thing that comes to my mind is my kids have gone to Jesuit schools, and in fact, my daughter even did undergrad at a Jesuit college. And one of the things that they really, really stress on, almost every year, there's a course on ethics and morals. I mean, this is a fundamental thing that you're taught, that this is right, this is wrong, you should not do this thing. This is not at all religious, by the way. It's a very beautifully done course that I've seen, whether it's at high school level or at college level. And I'm sure Loyola should also have had similar, ethics and morals courses. And when they themselves are breaking these, I mean, what sort of a message does that convey to the society at large?
It's sad. I can tell you, Sri, I'm reading out from the petition of Mary Rajasekaran. Okay. So she says here that I was told by the respondent, in this case, the Loyola College, Chennai, not to lodge a police complaint by stating that the name and the goodwill painstakingly earned by the institution will be sullied if the matter is made public. I'm reading from our own petition in court.
Right.
So tell me, you have a lady with sexual harassment who has gone to the institution. Now forget it's Loyola institution. Let's take it's any other institution. Does that not become an abetment to crime?
Yes. Good point.
She's come to you. She's telling you I'm sexually harassed. She's telling you I'm sexually harassed by these laws that protect me. And you tell her, listen, please don't file a police complaint. The goodwill of the institute will get sullied. That, my friend, is an abetment to crime by the Loyola College.
So, I mean, there is an increasing feeling that some institutions, some individuals think that the laws of the land do not apply to them. And I'm beginning to lean that seems to be the mindset of the Loyola College. And this is very unfortunate, guys. You are one of the fundamental pillars of the society. You are bringing out the leaders of tomorrow. Your moral compass has to be very, very accurate. It has to be pointing towards the right. And this is very, very sad. And I think...
I'll give you another...
Yeah, go ahead. Please go ahead.
I'll give you another input. Now, Father Xavier Alphonse, okay, before this incident, was a part of the Loyola College about 10 years ago.
Okay.
Okay, before the incident, about 10, 15 years ago, way back in 94, 95, if my research serves me right. He was then transferred from the Loyola College, Chennai. The reason for his transferring at that point of time also was corruption. Right? So this lady brings out a corruption which is in the interest of the institute. Over 1 crore of money due to the Loyola College is transferred to his personal trust. And in return for her honesty, she gets sexually harassed by the same person she's complained about. And in return for her honesty, the Loyola College Chennai and the Alumni Association tells her to remain quiet, don't go to the police. Is that the reward for your honesty? Imagine the students. I'm worried about the students. This lady is senior. She's got her own rights. She has her own power centers in terms of knowing how to deal with situations. She might obviously come against the power of the church. But imagine students. If they are victims of sexual harassment at Loyola College Chennai, where do they go? If they cannot protect their own employee.
So she is still being paid and she is still continuing to be employed.
Nothing is being done. She's not being paid, nothing.
Oh, so now she's also suffering from lack of salary.
Yes, that's correct.
I think the court needs to act on this right away. I mean,
See, one of the
justice delayed is justice denied.
One of the grounds that she's mentioned in a petition, is about by not taking action by the Loyola College. She's also spoken about the fact that her rights have been deprived. She's been made the victim for doing what? I'm just amazed that she's been targeted because she came out and spoke the truth. She exposed. So is this the goodwill that you extend to somebody who saves you your money, who exposes corruption in your own institution? Unless it means Loyola College was a part with Xavier Alphonse to make money on the side.
Well, I don't know how that could be possible because it's going into his personal trust. So there is something more that's going on than meets the eye. Regardless, I think this is gross miscarriage of justice, that she's not even getting paid now. So she'll have to fight the case in the court with her own money. And I mean, it blows my mind that in these hard times, how a person can keep on going like this. I really hope that somebody in power in PMO office takes a look at this, takes it up. Loyola is definitely a well-known organization. You don't want to let this thing drag out too long. Set it right, fix it. And I think high time they did it. 4 years is a long, long time. Savio, if you want to wrap this thing up, I think we've discussed it in detail. Yeah.
My message to the people of Chennai, and more so to the Loyola alumni and the people of the Loyola College. Sexual harassment at a workplace is a serious issue. It is an issue that needs to be addressed with an iron fist. It's an issue that needs to be addressed by the people. Because Mary Rajasekaran could be anybody. She could be your mother. She could be your sister. She could be even your daughter. If you're going to keep quiet about a sexual harassment case on somebody who's considered to be an habitual offender, then what the message that you're sending out is that women in Loyola College have no rights. Women working in Loyola College themselves have no rights. So men can be predators as far as women are concerned at Loyola College. And that's not a great position to be at. So please stand up for the truth. That's the only thing we're interested in. Stand up for this truth. Stand up with Mary Rajashekharan because she was one of y'all. She's not an outsider. And it is absolutely disheartening to see a woman of 62 years of age being sexually harassed just because she stood up for the truth. So wake up.
It's a very, very sad story. I mean, at 62, come on now. It just I hope something quick happens, and I think it is time for the government. If the state government is a bunch of, again, less said the better. I think the central government should step in. Loyola is a prestigious institution. It has produced such gems of leaders, and I think it is important to set right this thing. Thank you very much, Savio.
My pleasure.